and welcome to something else. So this is Octopath Traveler 2, one of my favorite games. If you're new to the channel, I do a lot of Octopath 2 challenge runs, and originally started on Reddit, just logging my stuff. But now I'm ready for my new challenge run. I was already ready for it like months ago, started in January, immediately after the Scholar challenge run. However, I did the Bravely Default 2 budget randomizer, and that unfortunately ran on for a bit too long, and it's still running, you know. But now we just need XP, and I don't want to leave you guys without videos. And I prefer to do something I'm a bit more passionate about with Octopath Traveler 2, because this game is really magical. So anyways, Octopath Traveler 2 as Octopath 1. Now this may be confusing, but basically I'm only allowed to use stuff that was in Octopath Traveler 1 and Octopath Traveler 2 and try and beat it. I can only use skills or support skills that match a name with one in Octopath 1. However, equipment and summons are completely fine, as clearly none of them are the same, or I guess almost none of them. No latent powers or extra licenses, you know, since they weren't in Octopath 1. And nighttime path actions are only allowed for progressing the story, not outside of combat. It'll definitely be a bit of a challenge, since I know that in my typical challenge runs, I try and get the Conqueror Sword early, either for money or just for a lot of damage. So now I'm not able to use that, which until like level 25, which may make the early game a lot more harder. So I guess I could get the what's it called again? Firestar. I could get that. No advanced jobs, since they weren't in Octopath 1, you know, or at least the ones that are in Octopath 2. Arms Master is similar to War Master, but I prefer not to use it since it's kind of really different. Then, for Provoke, I can only use monsters in battle if they share the same name as one in Octopath 1, even if they have a different Provoke or even appearance. So the example I'll give is the Demon Deer. It used Mighty Lunge in the original Octopath, but now it uses Darkness. And I'm also allowed to catch non-Octopath monsters for the sake of story progression or Jerky, because Jerky's awesome. And I'm also still allowed to use Jerky, because Jerky's awesome. For learned skills, I can only use skills that share a name with a job skill in Octopath 1 or a summon in Octopath 1. Originally I had it just at job skills, however, that was really limiting because there was only like 3. There was Poison, there was Level Slash, and there was, I think, Thousand Spears. No, it was Spearhead. That was it. And then for the other one, no hired help veterans unless absolutely necessary. I can still use mercenaries because they're good for breaking and they're not that powerful. And then no concocts, just to make things harder, and the item for an Octopath 1, so it just makes sense. Concoct is really powerful, so I don't want to use that. And for skipping chapter 1s, it's okay, though I doubt they'll be impossible, as I've done it with Octopath 2 with no SP or JP before, and it's quite easy to do. Like even if I have to get to like level 10 to beat a boss, it's fine. We've got Graves, we've got Plums for a reason. Then beating V-Day is the actual goal, it's just a lot easier. I don't want to beat the secret final boss because that's very difficult, and beating him with restrictions is nearly impossible. Then no glitches, but save scumming is allowed, which just helps, you know. And then for cutscenes where I'm forced to use moves that were in Octopath 1, that's fine. There's only like 3 I know about, which is Cataracta, Castille using Concoct against Trousseau, and Hikari using his latent power in the 3rd chapter. Now, here the allowed skills for each of the base jobs. Look at them. And the ones marked with the asterisk are ones that I can only get once I get the Stone of Truth, which is a late game item. So that probably won't get used at all, and especially since it's part of the Dread Wolf. As you can see, not all the classes are quite balanced, and Apothecary doesn't even get a real healing skill. So, anyways, now here's the allowed skills for Hikari: Blinding Arrow, Blinding Slash, Brain Bash, Cleave in 2, Drunken Blade. I'm unsure if I can actually get that, because I haven't seen it actually been gotten in game. Then Empoison, Level Slash, Poison Bow, Poison Slash, Slash, Slice, Spearhead, Stab, and Thrash. Then for Ochette, she has 253 total monsters she can use, and I'm not going to be writing it out on these slides. But here are all of them. I'm not sure if you can actually see them, but yeah, that's a lot of monsters. Anyways, so here's my character ranking. I think Ochette's definitely going to be one of the most powerful. Like, Gold Trap is quite good, and she can hit a lot of weaknesses, which is really great for just beating bosses in general. Agnia is probably second. She's a great buffer with Lion Dance and potentially Peacock Shred. And I've used her in a lot of challenge runs before, and getting the judge early is overpowered. So maybe I'll limit that this run. Then Throne is quite good since she has a lot of physical skills like Neighbor's Reckoning and HP Thief, in addition to a lot of physical debuffs and party buffs thanks to her talents. Plus, you know, stealing simply counts without being bad, and it's not limited. Pertitio, he still has most of his skills available, and they're quite useful buffs like Donate, E, and Sidestep. Plus the Falcon's Bounty, it's a decent skill, you know, it's magical. He might be really good early game, so that we can get him out early and be a lot overpowered. Then Temenos, he's one of our only healer, and he pairs well with Throny's talents with the night stuff. And we're still allowed to switch tonight, but you know, we're not allowed to use the actual latent powers. Wait, no, not latent powers. Talents. Yeah, it's talents. Wait, no, it's not talents. Talents is what's used for Temenos' Moonlight. Path actions. Dang it. Sorry. Then number 6 is Hikari. He's got great physical skills early, but he might fall off once Ochette gets good monsters. But you know, Conqueror's Sword is quite good. And Cleave in 2 is decent damage, you know. Then Oswald, probably going to be the worst. We won't be able to get him with a lot of elemental skills, but we could potentially give him the Thunder Roar Spear, which is quite a useful item. I've used it in my no JP or SP run, and it's quite a good build actually. Either that, or we can give him the warrior job and give him like a lot of fire equipment to just absolutely burn everything in his way. Then for Cassidy, she's basically a worse Hikari. She has more HP, but since she can't concoct and she can't really heal, she can't really do much good damage. Though Doter's Charity and Rehabilitate are pretty good. So maybe she could be like a secondary tank. So anyways, I won't be starting this run immediately. However, starting on Saturday, I will start the actual run, and I'll also be posting logs of each run. They'll be a lot shorter than the ones on Reddit, of course, because I actually know what's going to happen, so I don't need to like redund myself with a lot of explanations of battles and all that. But yeah, other than that, I'll do like a no commentary run of Octopath II, only Octopath 1 skills. So anyways, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and may lane, yeah,